Hello there. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi. It's such a joy to come your way this very beautiful Monday morning. And it's the week to Easter. Wow. Thank God for Easter. I'm so excited to come your way today. How was your weekend? I hope you had a good time. Thank you so much, everyone, joining me live. And for those that will join thereafter, I say a big thank you. Everyone, thank you for giving me this share of your time. Like I always ask, please like the video, share it, let somebody out there know that there is knocks to nuggets. So this beautiful Monday morning, we are continuing in our edition on prevention of child sexual abuse. Now, last week, if you were online, you saw me do all of that because of the huge thing that's going out there in the name of child sexual abuse that a lot of us are not even mindful of. And it looked like fairy tale when our guest was talking. But until I got somebody telling me this just happened in our street this week. It's huge, people. We cannot be like ostriches with our heads hidden in the sand and think that we are safe. So today we are continuing in that episode on child sexual abuse prevention. And again, with me in the house is a professional guidance counselor, a life and mind coach who uses NLP to help re-engineer and heal individuals and families. She helps them discover purpose. She helps them uncover their abilities and hidden potential. She is the mastermind behind the Push Through Consult, a platform that helps people see beyond their limiting belief and embrace possibilities. She is a child safety advocate and she is passionate about things that concern family and children. Ladies and gentlemen, please receive with me the Chief Operations Officer at the Center for Sex Education and Family Life, Ebun, Fawole. Good to have you.
Good morning, Madam Yomi. Thank you for having me once again.
I'm so
And
excited.
well done for all you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being on this. Thank you for agreeing to do this in spite
Mm.
of your schedule. Last week, when you were telling the stories, at the time I was like this, I was like that, but I think it was on Thursday, a colleague of mine sent me a video and pictures of somebody who had just been arrested, who had been abusing a child from the child's eighth year. And the child, I think, is about 11 or 12 now. So, like 3 to 4 years, constantly abusing the child. And it says to me, this girl, we all know her, she's in our neighborhood. She even comes by my house. I never imagined that she had been going through sexual abuse. Talking about it last week, it looked as if it was some impossibility. But it's here with us, people, and it's living with us. But today we are talking about preventing it. So, Ebu, I'm going to throw it off to you. How do we prevent child sexual abuse?
Thank you so much. That's a beautiful one. We get people ask us this question every time. How do we prevent it? How do we prevent it? And when people ask that question, I just tell them it starts from the family.
Mm,
Yes, it starts from the family. What is so if I'm going to ask for every parent that is watching me now, what is your child sexual abuse budget?
mm,
We have the child academic budget, right? The child will pay school fees. They're on
mhm,
holidays now. You're already budgeting for the next
mhm.
term. What is your child abuse budget? What plan do you have to prevent that?
Wow.
It starts from there.
Hmm.
That is being intentional. That is being intentional. So, part of the budget is to find out how close are you to your child. How close are you to your child? Does your child trust you? Those are the ways we can prevent it. Can your child confidently come to you to say, Mommy, I lost something. Mommy, something happened to me. Because somehow, as parents, we present ourselves as perfect. And so these children try to match their imperfection against our perfection.
Hmm.
And if they see that they're not able to do that, they start pretending. So you
Hmm.
see where I'm coming from. How close are you? What's your plan for them? If you have a plan, if you're close to them, if you can build that trust. For those of us that still have children that are below age 2, lucky for you. But for those of us that have children age 6, 7, 8, can they trust you?
Hmm.
Right? Can they trust you? Can they come home to say, Mommy, did you see what Mr. or Uncle, that's a teacher in their school, did? And you said, Jesu, Kilo, what did she do? If you are full of drama, they will not talk. They are trying to protect you, right?
Okay.
They are trying to protect you. They don't want to hurt mommy and daddy. I remember when my daughter was in the primary school, she'll be like, Mommy, I want to tell you something. And if I tell you, please don't shout. Mommy, please don't shout. I want to tell you something. Please don't come to my school. Because I had done some things that looked to her as embarrassing, and she doesn't want to be embarrassed in school.
Hmm.
So when I saw that like 2 or 3 times she did that, I borrowed myself brain. So these are the ways. Then when you do that, then I will say you can educate them. We're talking about how to prevent. And
Yeah.
so for each age group, there is the need and there is a requirement. So it's not all size fits all. There is there's an age appropriate education. For example, we have from 18 to 3 years. That age, they are still very curious, and all you do is just teach them about the parts of the body. The breast, the vagina, the penis. Let us call it the name. Don't say Tintin, don't say Totoli, or all those names we give it. No, don't give them those names. Call them by their names. Let the child know. And in saying that, you say, so if anybody touch you here, you tell me. If anybody wants to touch you here, don't allow it. Make sure you scream. Let them know
Hmm.
there is public parts and we have the private parts. The private parts are meant for you. Don't allow anybody touch it. Not even daddy, not even your brother, not even mommy at some point. Yeah. So from between the ages 18 to 3 years, let them know the names. Let them know that they are not supposed to be touched there. For those that have male child, they start having erection by the time they wake up in the morning and all those things. You let them know. So don't let anybody touch you here. There was a situation where a child told the mother that Uncle Tola is touching my bum bum with nail. He said, Uncle Tola is touching my bum bum with nail. And the woman just felt she's just using the nail to poke the bum bum. If this child has been taught to say, Uncle, so he's putting his penis into my vagina, the woman will know what is exactly happening.
Hmm.
So the woman didn't get on time. You understand? So let us tell them the name. And for ages 3 to 5, that is the age that they are vulnerable. They are seeking attention. They seek attention of adults. And that is when you start telling them, your body belongs to you. Report. It's a progressive teaching. You had already
Yeah.
laid a foundation. And so by that age, anyone that says don't tell, that person is doing something that is not good. When somebody is doing something and the person is saying, don't tell, you know that that person is definitely doing something that is wrong. And that thing will definitely cause trouble. So, these are the education you give. This is how you do it. By age 5 to 8, that is the age that they are unpredictable. They are beginning to understand some things. They are
Hmm.
sensitive to things that is happening. Mommy and daddy are sitting and putting their laps. Mommy put her legs on daddy's laps. She comes and say, "How are you doing that? Remove your legs."
Hmm. Hmm.
They are
Hmm.
beginning to sense something
Hmm.
because they are hearing it. Especially for this
Hmm.
generation where they see a lot of things on the social media, they hear a lot of things happening around. So we can't deny. Please don't let us be in denial at all.
Hmm.
Those children, they know. All we need to do is educate them. And of course, age 8 to 12, oh, those ones. they are entering the adolescent age, the puberty age. They are becoming aware, And so what do you want to hide from those people? What do you want to hide? Than to just counsel them. 12 to 18, at that age, you are their coach. You can't tell them what to do because they already know. If you start the topic, they know where you will end.
Hmm.
Like I said, don't let us be in denial. And my daughter attends a good school. My son attends a good school. I hope so. I'm also saying that I hope we know that it's not only the female child that is being abused. The male children too are being abused. And so don't let us be in denial at all. Let us
Hmm.
pay attention. At the age of 12 to 18, just let's teach them how to control, because at that
Hmm.
stage they have started experience chemistry. It's just the truth. They have started experiencing, that's when they start having crush.
Hmm.
And that's why I said we should be coaches to our children at that age. They have crush, let them know. Let's pay attention to their crushes. Okay, so teach me. You got to that point with my daughter. I'll be like, okay, so tell me, who is your crush? I start,
Hmm.
and she started mentioning one boy in the class. I said, oh, really? Why do you like him? He's intelligent, he's smart, he's cute. Really? You know somebody that is cute? Yes, mommy, I know. Just joke about it with them. And in doing that, you pass your message across. Don't say, hey, what is that? Don't let me. You are deceiving yourself because they will go mute. Don't talk about
Hmm.
it. So we need to be close to our children. We need to be close to our children. Very important. So I have mentioned, close to your children, let them build trust. Let them build a level of trust with you that when they make mistakes outside, they come back home to talk about it. They come back home to talk about it. Please
Wow.
don't let them see it as if everything is perfect. We are not perfect. Let us show our part of vulnerabilities. Mommies make mistakes, daddies make mistakes. You got angry at the office today and you misbehave. Come back home and gist them. When anything happened in their school, they also come back home to gist you. That's how the relationship. Don't be too caught up. Don't be too carried away with your busyness, with your tiredness, that you don't create that opportunity. I know there are times you're coming back from office and you are damn tired. You don't
Hmm.
even want to talk. But please, at that age of 5 to 8, that's when they'll say, Mommy. So Talani said, Mommy, Shala now said, you said, leave me, please. You see, I'm just coming in. Just no. Even if it means, okay, if that is it, you're giving them attention. Because if you tell them, please leave me, when something serious happened to them, mommy will not even listen to me. So why would I talk? But when you keep saying, oh, okay, they are following you, you enter the pantry, they followed you. You enter the store to pick the food stuff, they follow you. You went to the laundry, they are saying, Mommy, so she now said, my teacher now said you should raise up her hand. My mommy, my auntie now said, when they are doing that, I say, really? Oh, wow. Because when something very, very urgent happens, that's the way they will be following you and be talking about it.
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
let's pay attention. Let's listen to our children. Then let's educate them. For those of us, our
Hmm.
children are above 3 years and all, please, please, if it needs apologizing, I have had to apologize to my daughter several times. She's 17 presently, and she will see a video on TikTok and she will send it to me. How that when we said they should go and wash the plates, they actually wanted to go. But because we mentioned it, they got tired. They just did not want to. It's the age. And that is how their brain works.
Wow.
Remember, we are talking prevention is better
Hmm.
than cure. Yeah.
True. True. Wow. You said so many things here that we need to take heed to. And underlining it all is the fact that it all starts with the family. Your first question startled me. When you said, "What's your sexual abuse budget?" I'm like, no, budget here
Yeah.
again. I
The truth
realized.
is, it's becoming a pandemic.
Mm,
It's eating us fast. The more we
it
talk
is.
about it.
It
Yes.
is. It is. And talking about the budget bit, it talks about being intentional. So we cannot afford to take anything for granted, nothing at all. Let's be approachable. Let's be available. Let's be real. Let's agree to be vulnerable with our children. It's not the age of mommy always came first and daddy always came first. And in their class, they were always the first, and they had the first class honors, they had distinction, they were cum laude. It's not the time. It's a time to keep it real. And one of the things that you said is about education. And I want to take you to this project that Praise Fawole Foundation is on now. I want to share this picture and I want you to talk to us about. I have my copy, and I believe every mother, every father, every aunt, every uncle should have a copy of this book. I got my copy last week and I had to read it. And it's so easy to read. The Super Kids Practical Guide to Checkmating Child Sexual Abuse. It's a book everybody should get. But let me allow Ebun to talk about this a bit.
Okay, thank you so very much, Madam Yomi. Thank you so much for this. You mentioned last week how that it was a campaign that you saw that made you say we should come online to talk about this because, like I said, a lot's happening, and so we want to use all the medium to educate our children, and that is why this book came to be. This book, The Super Kids, has been okay. So it's an age appropriate book between for ages 3 to 10. That's for primary school children, where in the book they are taught who a predator is, the lies that the predator tell, lies like if you tell anybody your mommy will die and all. This book demystifies the lies. It helps them understand and know who a predator is and how the predator grooms and penetrate them. That's what this book does majorly. And so we have also had testimonies of families who bought this book and exposed because a child was reading the book and he said, "Oh, mommy, you know that book you bought for me, right? Uncle Shala used to do that." You
Wow.
know, they said, "Really? Uncle Shala used to do that?" Because the woman was educated, she was like, "Oh, really? Uncle Shala used to do? Tell me real. What exactly does Uncle Shala do?" Of the super kids. And I want to encourage everyone. Right now, we want to do a tour to public primary schools. If you take note, these are the children that are so vulnerable. Their parents don't really have time for them. Their parents are in the market and they just leave them to just wander on the streets anyhow. So we want to help these children because they are our with in the future. They are our children's friends. You can't say you're protecting your own children. Some of them are going to be in the same office, in the same university setting with your children. And so we are thinking of reaching about 20,000 children in Africa with this book, and we are on that journey. By the end of April, we want to start distribution, and we want you to contribute. This book is 2,500 naira per copy. So if you can pay 2,500 naira, then you're able to reach one child. 5,000 naira, you're able to reach two children. And 10,000 naira, as much as you can do to support us. Sorry, power just went off. You know, we are in the blessed country, Nigeria. And I think we lost Madam Yomito, and I guess due to that
I'm here.
also.
It's
So,
power everywhere.
yeah, it's everywhere. It happened here too. So I was saying that it's
Somebody
2,500 naira, and you can sponsor two, you can sponsor 10, you can sponsor. Please join us in doing this. Thank you very much. Yeah.
somebody just asked the question, how do I get the book? And that is why I have the account details on the air on the screen. If you make payments to Praise Forward International Zenith Bank and the account numbers are there, you can send me a DM, you can send me a chat. I will connect you with Ebun right away. So feel free to send me a chat if you want to make payment. Praise Forward International Zenith Bank, the account number is there, or GTB, the account number is also there. I had to get the book, and you can get it for yourself. You can also join the campaign to spread the word to everyone. For every book we pay for that we do not collect, we're empowering one child in a public school get a copy. I'm subscribing to it. I'm going to get a few for those in public schools. You can join us in this campaign. The truth is this: let's together stamp out this pandemic that has sneaked in on us without us knowing. Let's together fight it. The way we fought Ebola, the way we fought coronavirus, let's
Yeah.
fight it together. Let's save our children, not just the girl child, even the boy child out there. Let's save them. Let's get this book out to the public schools, but let's also get it for our children. If you have any child 3 to 10, you need to get this book. Even for those of us that don't have children 3 to 10, you need this book because you are mothering somebody, you are fathering somebody, you are an uncle and aunt to a 3 to 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Somebody out there's life will be impacted because of you. Like she rightly said, I got to know about this through a campaign, and I brought her on, and then she enlightened us. So it's relevant. It's something I'm encouraging every single person to please get a copy of. We need it. You need it. I need it. We all need it. And our world will be a better place for it. So please,
Absolutely.
everyone, let's get a copy of Super Kids. Let's empower the public and public school children to have a free copy. So they might not be able to pay 2.5. Give them a copy. Let's empower our children. Practical guide to checkmating child sexual abuse. Let's get this done together, people. Together we win. Together we can do it. So before we go, Ebon, can I have your final word on this?
All right. Thank you so much for doing this for humanity. I wish you know what you've done, because this I know has gone a long way to help a lot of people, and I appreciate you for this thing that you have done. Thank you so much. So we keep talking about prevention is better than cure. And I just want to say that it is better to build an awesome child than to try to repair an adult.
Hmm.
I mentioned it last week that, see, they don't really get out of it. And this is what usually happens for those of us that understand the power of the brain. So the brain, we have the amygdala and we have the frontal cortex. The amygdala is that part of the brain that predisposes our response or our reaction. That's the one that has the power. It's the one, and that's where our survival zone is. To say, if I'm going to react, you know the difference. If you're going to react to a situation or you're going to
Yeah.
respond to a situation.
Hmm.
So if it is going to be a reaction or response, the message is sent from the frontal cortex. The frontal cortex is mature for an adult, but for children, it's like it is growing. It's a part of the brain that is growing. It is growing. So for children, adolescents, teenagers, the frontal cortex is not mature. And so when something happens here, the frontal cortex experiences it. And what does it do? If it is adult, you are able to reason it logically. But for a child, it is not mature. That is why some children do some things and you wonder, can't they think? They can't think because that part of the brain that they used to think is not mature. Your own is
Hmm.
mature enough. So when something happens and they react, the frontal cortex cannot reason it well. And so all they do is just put up a maladaptive behavior. And that is their survival mode.
Hmm.
That is why when children are abused, when anybody is abused as a child, it is difficult to heal from it because it has altered and impaired the frontal cortex. It has impaired and damaged, caused a little damage to the frontal cortex. And that is where the low self-esteem, that all those behavior withdrawal and all those things, they can't control it anymore. A child that is so active becomes withdrawn and all because there's an impairment. As an adult, you will think about it that, well, okay, maybe because you try to talk to yourself. And that is why, even as an adult, if you're raped or something, you're able to reason it well. But for a child, it damages the frontal cortex. And that is why prevention is better than cure.
Hmm.
Because it will not only affects the way they perform, it affects the way they see themselves, it affects the way they talk. They become so withdrawn and it damages their personality. It affects their identity. That is why you see, like one of my friends, very close friends, recently just decided that she wants to divorce her husband. And what happened? That was when the Busola Dakolo's case came up. She just got triggered. I mentioned last week that
Hmm.
anytime an abuse happened, those people, there's
Get
this
triggered.
re-trauma, yeah, there's this re-traumatization that happens to them. And when that lady was talking, her husband just carelessly said, stupid girls, when they have misbehaved, they will now be coming out to talk about they're being abused and all. And she did not, and the man did not know that his wife was being abused from the age of 6 to 16. In fact, by her two uncles, and one of them did abortion for her twice. And she was just triggered and she just said, oh, that means you're one of them. You are one of them. And she just and she said, no, 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 I can't live with this man again. And that was it. She has 3 grown-up children. Her firstborn is, I think, 18 or 19. And that was it. They brought me to the picture. There's nothing, she just got triggered. And you can imagine the level of pain, the ripple effect on the child, on the marriage, family at large. So please, prevention.
Hmm.
My last word, prevention is better. It's really, really better than cure. Thank you so much, Madam Yomi. Like I said, you don't know the effect of what you've done last week and today. Please, guys, support us in this campaign. Please. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing to do this. I don't take it for granted. Thank you
Mm.
so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful week ahead. Of course, like you know, I will come again.
Amen.
God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen. Thank you so much for having me. Have a beautiful week, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wow, did you hear all of that? So please, I'm appealing to us, let's get this book. We all need to have this book, and we also need to give it, support them to take it to every public school. The Praise Forward International is one organization I can vouch for. They will always use your money wisely. Every 2-5 will empower one child in the public school to get this. Let's stamp out this pandemic that we are so ignorant of. And coming your way next week, Monday, I just, this month is a month about child abuse. And when I heard about child abuse, I thought sexual abuse is small. Let's start with that. Then we'll go into domestic abuse. Then I listened to child abuse and sexual abuse. I'm like, what is this much? But next week, we also will be talking about child abuse, but this time domestic. We have a guest in the house who will be coming to talk to us about it, and you need to listen to it. She is no other person than Ronke Oyelakin. I was trying to put her up on the screen. I think the background is not coming on right. So Ronke will be in the house next week and talking to us about child abuse. It's something you need to know of. It's something you need to hear. It's so much is huge. And I want to encourage everybody, don't just listen, be also be prepared to share it with somebody, to share this knowledge. Let people know that this thing actually exists and we need to deal with it. So Ronke Oyelakin will be with us about child abuse, domestic abuse. Let's hear a bit about it next week. And most likely we might actually have to go on to the next one and the next one again. But overall, child abuse is something we must join hands to fight. Whether it's domestic, whether it's sexual, we shouldn't allow it. Let's raise wholesome children. Let's raise children that will make us proud. Let's raise children that will be able to stand on their own. These things affect their self-esteem. Let's save the children of today who are the leaders of tomorrow. Let's join hands together, people. Let's get this done. And if you feel so led to do it, support the Praise Forward International. Please send your donation. I'm going to put it up one more time before I sign up. Just one more time. If you feel led, please Praise Forward International. Zenith Bank account is there. GT account is there. Let them know it's for the super kids, and they'll be glad to send it to the children in the public schools. And for us, mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, let's get our copy. Let's educate ourselves. I didn't get one. I got two for myself. So in case I give out one, I have a second one to go with, and let's empower our children. And until I come your way next week, Monday, as we continue on child abuse, this time talking about domestic abuse, don't forget it. If you can think it, you can be it, and you can do it. And together we win. God bless you. Thank you so much for your time. And those that are watching thereafter, I salute you and I say a big thank you. See you again next week, Monday. Until then, love you all. Have a great week.